Knife round of plenty. As mentioned, I think they really do want to pick up the preferred side, whether that be CT or T side for the Endpoint boys. Facilitate a good start, because you don't. I could feel a bit of a snowball for PACT, Scriv. And it looks like they are going to do it. Hey, they win knife. I have a feeling they're going to elect to stay on this T side. That is my gut feeling. And it seems like Flames is typed in retry, because he was there and he was gone. We did talk about David Blaine earlier, so. And they select CT. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely interesting. We normally talk about the rule where it's like, okay, teams start on CT side because of deficits and more comfortable and all that, but Dust 2 seems to be a map that's a bit more immune to that fact, right? So I'm not entirely sure what has happened here. It's gone a bit mad. Of course. Listen, my guy, we get on quite well, Hood and I. Yesterday, it was a long day. Doesn't get much rest ahead of, you know, coming into today, and obviously has to hit the gym early to make sure they're concentrating and on the right level. So, maybe a little fatigued. The time off after all this really going to be rewarded for Hood. Been very supportive the whole way through.
You just got to believe, Scriv.
It is a little bit wacky at the moment, though. We've got 3 unconnected. Honestly... Oh, okay, well... Really need some R&R, as it is going to be back to us in just a seckie here, folks. While we're just waiting to get things sorted here with the Hood, indeed. It's weird, isn't it? We start talking about magic and stuff, and then we have one of the wackier rounds that we've seen across the course of this week. And things are not broken, they just look strange. And I even throw to you, Keith. We're straight back in. So, sorry about that.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to talk anyway.
Okay.
I lied. Can I talk?
I mean, yeah, I guess. It's not like I really can stop you. I wish I could, but...
Yeah, if the day NETO gives another caster the mute button to mute his fellow caster, the day I want to work for them.
Yeah, I feel like we'd be doing it to each other.
Endpoint, slight, and I mean slight favorites from LootBet, our betting partner. Those are the live odds. Shout out to them. Check out the banner below for more info on LootBet. And PACT, hit B on Inferno. What's the last thing Endpoint will expect? B hit on Dust 2.
Of course. And never before seen. Oh, great little flash coming in as well. This is a fantastic setup, though. The old bait and switch. Flame's going to go down easily. However, Robin falls shortly thereafter. Goofy to find Max, and it's an explosive start into Dust 2 from PACT. 4-on-2, definitely recoverable, but it will need a hero to step up for Endpoint, and the odds of that, very, very slim. Hardest bomb site to retake in the game, particularly when you've got no utility and very little information. They take out the lurker at mid, but still 3 more to go, and with, yeah, like, nothing to work with at all, they just don't fancy it. I'm going to save what they have into the next round. Of course, not taking damage here means that the head armor will be cheaper. A kill bonus for Surreal, right? More utility for him. Free P250, Wahoo. Like, there's a few things that they can consider moving into the next round, but PACT starting off strong.
Shouldn't be a surprise to anyone after watching the T side of Inferno. They're going to keep it rolling. Endpoint will buy up the scouts, as that is the Dust 2 way, Scriv. Scout it till you make it. Or scout till you break it. Not really sure. Kind of winging that one. Nice headshot from Nice through the door. Takes barely any damage. Surreal hoping he can do the same with his funky looking skin. but to no avail yet. PACT, after the opening pick, just going to be defaulting 2-1-2. Manise will worry about these mid doors. Surprise, this other scout player, Surreal, still peeking. Taking the risks.
Ooh. Comes close there. Not quite able to land. Creeping forwards as well. There it is. Flames finally gets his just desserts. Not biting off more than he can chew. Going to drop back. And here's a 4-on-4 with a very low lunatic indeed. These 2 scouts, 2 deagles, absolutely loving that. Might be able to devastate a bit more. Meanwhile, in at middle, Sobel's got a really good position to work with. Mighty Max somewhat ready for it. The off angle in the cubby. If he goes down a bit too easily, it will be troublesome here for the CT side. Oh, and they're edging forwards as he's debating left or right, in front or behind. He doesn't quite know. Moving back into a safer spot, but dealt with quickly. And I think with that, the round will be over. They know it as well on the CT side of things. Just going to save what they have into the next. So PACT avoiding disaster.
Disaster avoided. They only lose the Goofy. And the double scouts AK will be carried over, which means the next round bye actually could be scary from Endpoint. Definitely not going to force, in my opinion. Right? See if the scouts can get winning around with the AK. And then next round get a bye. So back-to-back buys, essentially. This one a little more lackluster. There's going to be some pistols bought up around this. Give them everyone a fair fighting chance. And we've lost my dear friend Scriv for one more time. Surreal. Back to these mid peaks, really wanting to find minis. Darko takes a little bit of nade damage, but they secure long control. Minis and Surreal will trade some damage. And PACT take long control this time around. I have a feeling as soon as Sobel takes contact, they will run it up long, especially if he figures out what's going on towards Catwalk, which he will. The first finds the AK, and he actually finds them. They had head armor, and he still runs them both over. At least Flames did. Correction. I'm pretty sure Robin did as well, though. So either way, Sobel, Mac 10 to find 2, money made, and picks up the AK. Pretty slick. Manise getting out of short. Lunatic will worry about Cat bomb getting planted. They did exactly what I thought about running it up long. And everything is fine. Maybe some damage from Endpoint. They're going to commit all of this. No reason to really carry over scouts into the next. Their goal is damage. Goofy doesn't want to let it happen either. Uh-oh, PACT. Bit more heavily stacked towards his B site. Surreal spray, nearly able to find 2. The missed stop shot from Crucial could cost him, but they maintain a man advantage thanks to Robin. And it appears well, a man down, Endpoint. Or a man up, excuse me. Endpoint gonna fully commit to this. Look at that angle over the top of the door. There's even a crack on the right. All right, that's the literal definition of a crack angle. No, there's a couple flashes about to get tossed. Mighty Max full blind from a team flash. Goofy doesn't see him. He gets out. Big kill for Lunatic. Robin right back. Crucial has to come in through the door. Low HP and no time. That worked out oddly well for PACT. I thought they were dead to rights, but no. Ooh, Goofy. Removes the op from Crucial. That was safe. Flames will pick it up. Can the stand in up? Surely for the first. Surprised he's not calling Robin to come grab that AK instead of immediately falling off. Even man stance for the PACT boys. Typically favors the T side. And it all comes down to positioning of this op for Flames. Can he make it sing? PACT. A little bit of a mid to B front in towards mid. And Flames will be tested, I think. Maybe even by the fellow opera Manice. Full blind. Flames connects. Give this man an op. B-split's in effect. That CT smoke will make Flames' life a misery as he has to wait it out. Does Surreal get checked for some missed shots? We'll get a kill. That's huge. But there's no way they're ready for Sobel. 1 and not 2. Okay. Lunatic wants to get aggressive. Does not want to allow the gun to get picked up. And Robin with the op. All it takes is one shot, but Lunatic will spot him. PACT stay flawless on this T side, just as they did on Inferno. Well, there you have it. Opening pick for Lunatic. Back-to-back rounds. Opening picks have come in droves and waves. And PACT continue to look unstoppable. Their defaults, the picks they find, the way they make Endpoint rotate and their executes, everything is to an nth degree. And Darko probably waiting for a flash. There it is. What a flash. That has been the story for me as Mighty Max gets one and escapes. But if you've been watching PACT, their flashbangs for each other, utility usage, I mean, on point, nuclear. That's how deadly it is. And again, equal man stances favors the T sides as the mid trades and long debacle unravel before our eyes. And it's going to be Manice to look for this long player. He knows it's there. They've lost players to him. And Surreal will jiggle. And he's just going to buy time for Mighty Max. Sobel worries about Cat. Manice repositions. That smoke will start to fade, which means Sobel has to move. Who is going to have the favorable timing? Spotted. Manice is locked in. Mighty Max jumps up. Finds Sobel. The dinked up, and he'll find them both right when PACT looked like they had it on lock. Endpoint needed a hero, and it's Mighty Max. He's been the one constant from Inferno to Dust 2, and he'll get them there first. And I mean, look at the buy from Endpoint. You win the round with one alive. This is what you get. But the big that the op gets carried over. Finally, Crucial able to get over his demons and find Manisa into the B site. Good counter flashes from Darko. Mighty Max. Who else? Alongside Surreal have shut down PACT. The pick towards long does not work. They try to run into B, and this time they have been halted. Keep in mind, PACT have 2 Galils. Can they bring this back? Missed shot from Crucial. Trying to bait out another one is Lunatic. Oh, Crucial, you gotta hit, and he will. Overkill with the headshot, but he'll connect it in the end nonetheless. And at this point, in my opinion, it's a formality. Bomb down, minute on the clock. Darko, show us what you got-o. If that can be a word. Someone write it down. I mean, look at PAC's buy, or should I say lack of. Just some Glocks. Surreal for the first. And with just Glocks, I mean, a bomb plant would be really nice, but very unlikely. Wouldn't hate it, though. Wouldn't hate it. Nice shot from Crucial. Can PACT make it? Well, the bomb got tossed away, and so are their lives. Big hold there from Robin. And it seems like Endpoint have lost a member themselves. He's gone. He disappeared. Flames come back. As we'll await to hear what's going there. And we await my partner coming back. As he said, the rural internet. You know how it goes. Just waiting for Flames to come back. Chat, I want to ask you guys a question. I did see some Endpoint emotes in the chat pre-cast, and I'll open the chat again. I want to see who you guys are cheering for. Is there PACT fans? Or are there Endpoint fans? As I mentioned, I saw some Endpoint messages scattered in there. So maybe, just maybe, we got some Endpoint boys still rocking. And as Flames comes back, we'll jump right back into it. Maybe, just maybe. And here we go. And look at the Crucial with all his angles. That is actually nasty. Like, what? That is wild. Haven't seen that one before. Big fan, big fan. And if Crucial gets a pick through one of those angles, I'm curious to see if that's considered a wall bang or a door bang, or what the game would think of it. Flames in the pit. Big shoes to fill in the form of Thomas. Getting support nades, but running out of bullets. More nades, more flashes from his teammates. Crucial's got his back. He'll finally fall, but he's lived as long as he can. And all of a sudden, PACT, how have they done this? The player through CT, the wrench in the works. Mighty Max alone. Goodbye, thanks to Sobel. And it's Surreal all by his lonesome. And he's gonna creep around the smoke, and Lunatic will hold. PACT with a 6th. What a lurk from Lunatic up through CT. Bails out his players towards long. And that was just Endpoint being so hard focused towards that long side of things. And again, back to this long fight. Flames with an AUG instead of a Galil. Only the one. Darko Lunatic cutting down the long players. Endpoint trying to fight. Manise up Cat. Chasing back that CT player. And it seems like Endpoint are repositioning, but getting caught. There be Manise. A 7th for PACT, a save for Endpoint. And that one's got a sting. They thought fighting it again was the move. They had the utility, but PACT find the entries. And there we go, lucky 7. Here we go, round 11. Pistols galore. Up for Crucial. The saved over. And look at Flames. Ooh, this timing could be so good. He's not going to see anybody. I wonder if he still knows. He's got to. He has to. He wants to find this player in T-spawn. No gun out. First shot connected. Oh, he will find Zobel. Gonna go back and grab that gun now. So hang on to your hats. This can still turn. Mighty Max's spray off the mark. Rob it on sight. One and done. That's all he needs to do. His players are boosting up. They're trying to help. Mighty Max is looking. Doesn't see a thing. They're waiting at ramp so patiently. Robin's still in sight. Robin finds one. The bomb planner, no. How does he jump away? How is he alive? Robin falls. The second in CT the same. What is this madness? A missed shot Linatech punishes. It's Flames alone. One more to find. Manice will get it. What is happening, chat? What is going on? And there you have it, another opening pick. Manice is looking great. He's looking dialed in. Packed off of Cat. Darko will find him. As Mighty Max side blue bin finds Goofy. This small victory. A very small one. And I think Endpoint is just calling it. I think it's a save again. Nine, 3. Endpoint. No luck, no success. Goofy, looking at entry. It is just against the pistols and Flames and Mighty Max. Hold on. Put your phone on hold, because they're coming in. Flames find Sobo to the Deagle. This is getting overwhelming. I mean, this is wild. Manice alone now. Oh, look at Surreal. One way in the smoke. Here he comes. One more bullet. And all it takes is Endpoint getting Deagles, I guess, to get the round on the board. They get an op, they get an AK, they get a round. There we go. Crucial. Getting aggressive. Gonna clear the left. Should get traded by Goofy. Wow. How does he escape there? I mean, Endpoint, near the end of the CT, starting to pull this one back a wee bit, isn't he? Consistency starting to be found. But is it too late? They'll take a fifth. And there you go. That's the crucial I have seen consistently on Dust 2. Against Complexity, against other teams, he's been a beast. And it is pistols for the first time in the half for PACT. On a round you have to buy, it is pistols. I like ending the half with full buys. But hey, you can't always get what you want. Rolling Stones. And PACT, well, they're crawling. And they're creeping up Cat. They're going to try to explode onto this A site. They have the nades for a full execute. Oh, and Crucial wants some. He's going to be peeking. He's hopeful. He's actually going to wait, see the nades, peek, catch one, drop his molly, and live. Back to the ramp he goes, but here comes the rest of PACT. One more round of utility. No way they clear Mighty Max. Not a chance. Yeah. 1, 2, make it look easy. Jumping around now. 3, give him the 4th. Deserved. Mighty Max with 4. And Endpoint do end with 6. Not what they wanted. Their double ops are typically very prevalent on this map. Not really getting it out there. Crucial not coming to wait to the end points of the half. No pun intended. But keeping PACT at 9, pretty decent. And now we just await the side switch. Coming momentarily. And while I still have you, chat, who you guys got in the second half? Do you guys think Endpoint turned it around enough? I think they may have. Started to see the big boy Crucial wake up with that op. Mighty Max. A couple big rounds here and there. And let me take a look at MIBR. I'm curious. I want to see what they're looking at. All the while, first map went Galaxy Racer's way. Okay, on Vertigo, MIBR's pick so far. MIBR on Overpass looking a lot better, which is Galaxy Racer's pick. They're up 6-5 starting on the T side. That's pretty promising. It's pretty decent. And while we wait, I do want to see a few more things from Crucial and Surreal. And I think I did just hear my new best friend and Circaman join the chat.
Hello.
What is rocking?
Oh, nothing much. I heard you needed a guy.
Yeah,
Talk over some video games
needed a guy, and you're the guy. We need. I said to Mika, look, Mika, I need a guy with an accent, and that's what we got. We got another man with an accent in. So thanks so much for joining. You are in an interesting. We're in an interesting kind of mid BO3 winners side. Endpoint PACT. So far, we saw PACT on Inferno go flawless on their T side to take Inferno. It's come out really swinging on Dust 2, and Endpoint string 3 rounds on the CT side at one point, and then 3 at the end to end it. And this is a little awkward. Now I have 2 members in the same TS with accents.
Not sure how this one's gonna go, but hey,
yeah,
a 6-9 half, that's always nice.
It always feels good. I mean, I think PACT did really well.
Walk me through it a little bit. What's going on so far? Because
yeah, well,
I wasn't watching the match before.
Yeah, so Inferno was a bit of an interesting one. Sorry, I'm still a little distracted. Inferno was an interesting one. It was PACT kind of just destroying the T side. Really close. I think we ended 8-7 in favor of PACT on their CT side. And then they just didn't lose a round on the T side. Just absolutely ran over Endpoint. So far, it's been Endpoint not really able to wake up on the CT side. Their offers have been relatively quiet. I think the live odds are very indicative to what I was about to say in favor of PACT. I was going to say, I also, shout out to Loot Better Betting Partners, am favoring PACT. I think they've been playing really well. They've been hitting all their shots, and it's kind of come full circle into this situation where Endpoint need a win out on their map pick. Otherwise, they have another best of 3 to play.
All right, then let's see what they can do on the pistol. Endpoint just taking long, going toward A, but with one in lower tunnels, he could be a very valuable flank here, Crucial. Although he's going to get discovered after the first kill, and not even the first kill happens. He just goes down. Robin holding down long. Very nice, though, with a double. Might even get a triple to his name. Decides to fall back a little bit, and the bomb is ticking with the CTs not really encroaching onto the bomb, and Darko there goes down on short, leaving this round completely in ruins. So the pistol round gonna go the way of Endpoint. I guess, are you expecting them to come back here? You were speaking before like they weren't like really waking up, so implying you expect them to later on?
Yeah, I think Endpoint are going to start to wake up. Their op and Crucial started to find some big impact kills near the end there. And I was expecting them to play a bit more cohesive on the CT side, but again, they did just replace Thomas, or at least have a stand-in in Flames at the current moment. But I think the C side fits their playstyle a bit nicer on Dust too, and with Crucial starting to find form, I think they really are going to shape up nicely, as they're all doing the moon dance though right now. Ooh. They're all mooning it.
Yeah, a classic dance move all the way back from, what was it, the 80s or the 90s? I've lost track at that point, but hey, they've stopped moonwalking now. Doing the dance move called Let's All Go Along and then push A. CTs, they know that dance move. They know the best counter to that is to just stack the bomb site here. Flames, though, tries to spray him down, and Goofy coming in with a double with a deagle. You don't see that every day. And what was looking like a promising push for the T's has been completely shut down. The CT's just sort of taking that bomb site. Claiming it's theirs, Robin, with a nice shot through the smoke. Almost, yes, makes it a double. And while we were on dance moves, they were doing let's throw the round. The CT's threw it right back. Endpoint picking it up in the end.
Whew, that's the Endpoint I know. I mean, close, but hey. Round secured. One behind now. As PACT. Yeah, carry on.
And a complete, eco here.
Yeah.
Looks like they're not even going to go for like a side stack. I guess they are keeping most players toward A, but with Darko on B to sort of get some info. Maybe call for an early rotate. And the T's taking it slow this one. CT's willing to oblige though, going for that little boost. Always catches someone off guard. Not Robin though. He's a pro, he knows to look for that angle every time. And it looks like it's going to be a B, not execute, but at least a prod. They are going to push in and find the one player playing in car. Meanwhile, Crucial just getting himself a triple on mid, just padding those stats. Leaves Sobal down in lower tunnels, and looks like he was expected. Surreal knew to take his weapon out. Bringing us to an even scoreline of 9-9. The buy coming in from the CTs with the AWP buy there on Manice.
Yeah. Manice has been playing unreal.
Not this one. I mean,
yeah,
Unreal as in 8-14. That's
Unreal on Inferno, I suppose. His op has been a constant presence as Crucial literally spam mid doors to find the headshot onto Darko. He is rattled. As Endpoint look to quickly get up Cat. I believe that is Surreal. quiet on Inferno. Starting to shape up here. Manise, there you go. There's the unrealness to find one. But Surreal, with this pick now, going to open up the catwalk door. And Goofy holds them back with 2. The third could be coming in here any moment, Circa.
Ooh. Manise with a nice shot there. I can see what you were talking about earlier. And Flames is the only one left back at here at Car. They know his position. Gets a nice one tap, but Manise answers back. And he's repairing that kill-death ratio deficit. Slowly but surely. Once he gets to even kills, even deaths, we can talk about him sort of becoming good in this best of 3 on 2 maps instead of just 1.
True. I do like watching Manise play, though. You missed them beat MIBR, but he was a big part of that. Sobel, equally as so. Cutting down the first tier, Circa Man. Maybe able to get more good utility, and Endpoint could be in some trouble.
2 CTs in pit, just throwing utility out, delaying that CT push, but Flame sneaks up to this edge, and well, both of those pit players are now dead, with only one staying at Car here, and Manise falls back, lucky to escape with his life, but goes back for more. I like it when Oppers are aggressive like this. Even sneaks back to Car, so they won't expect him there for sure if they keep pushing long, but the bomb looks like it's interested in something completely else. It's going toward B. And with no CTs there to hold it, that looks like it's going to spell the end of the round unless Darko gets the info here. Yes, he saw the info and he went straight back, but his friend there at Car not budging. And the B push seems to have been slowed down slightly. Oh, very
There you have it. Yeah.
strange shoulder peek there, but yeah, Darko has the info, just waiting for this B push to happen, hiding behind the double door. And does he have the guts to push this while he's planting? He does not, just does an underhanded molly, expecting him to be in the standard spot. I think he could have known he was in that corner, given the beep's location. But either way.
Trying to limit the post-plant options. Crucial. Flashed off a green box. Manise is coming in. We'll check the tunnels player. Surreal bests him. And Surreal's going to get them both. Endpoint. Keeping the game close. Double digits for both. And look at PACT's money. I mean, just not there, is it?
Absolutely not. They are kind of running out of rounds to keep, echoing like this, but I suppose until it reaches 14 or something, they shouldn't be too worried about it. And the T's not with good spawns for anything. Don't really go for a fast execution onto long. Just a bit of a slow grind toward long, it seems, but no presence will be there for them. As the CTs have pushed short on A. You always want to do one or the other, right? Either push long or push short. That way, you always have control of something. And they did here. The flash is going down there at long. Presence known. And the CTs can sort of prepare for that while long here's being taken. Crucial. That would have been a very nice shot to hit. No such luck, I'm afraid. With the crossing smoke down, it looks like it's going to be time for a push. The second smoke comes on in to fill that gap. Mighty Max with the Mac 10 gets 3. Not really particularly difficult kills, but you do like to see that they actually deliver on all 3 of the easy kills. Very nice to see. Padding those stats. And Lunatic with the Zeus. Probably waiting there next to the stairs. I don't think Surreal's gonna fall for it, though. Nor is Flames. Expects him. No Zeus, sadly.
Wow. There you have it with the Mac 10 cleaning house. No one left over, not even the leftovers. It's kind of a shame. I'm a big leftover fan. Cold pineapple pizza, I'm telling you, it's fire.
Oh, dude, you got a French toast pizza every time.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
how you warm up pizza. None of that microwave stuff. Get out of here.
Okay. I agree. Couldn't agree more. Double up from PACT. Maybe this is the change they need. And so far, Lunatic is proving my point immediately.
And the T's looks like they're going to be going for the mid to B cross. With 3 players attacking 2 CTs holding down the B bomb site, they do stand a chance. And with this long presence, the CTs will have a tougher time rotating, or at least will be more hesitant to do so. But the mid to B push not coming in yet. Maybe they've squandered their time advantage.
Yeah, this puts Endpoint in a weird spot, right? It's like you have no map control. You know there's an op towards B. And I guess it just leaves them with his mid to B here. I mean, it's the right call. It just comes down to these entries now.
Ooh, Lunatic, though, might come in with a very nice peek, but not. Takes way too much time for it. His teammate falls, and so does he later on. The B-bomb site is taken with 4 players left alive on Endpoint's side. And, yeah, the CT is kind of taking their time a little bit too much. Like, I think Endpoint gave them all the time in the world to reposition from that long hold, from just staying stagnant on that A site, maybe rotating someone to watch mid or something, but they just let them have it for a good long time. And the double smoke, when the double smoke comes in for a cross, you know, what are you going to do against that? You can't shoot through it reliably. And Endpoint's just going to let that bomb tick on down. Secured themselves a 12th round. Now this is how you warm up pizza. You stand at car position on B while the bomb explodes.
Okay, that would work. I could get the job done.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's definitely the fastest way. PACT gonna take a pause, probably to discuss their buying options here. They did save, so you want to buy around it whenever, in my opinion, whenever you save the op, and you have enough to get a couple M4s on some players, and you saved a couple others, you typically just go for it. This is Endpoint's pick. If required, Train would be the next one up, but with Manice starting to play well on the CT side, I think him just settling in could be nice. But I mean, Endpoint gonna have that cushion, right? That backup economy where they can lose a round and be right back with a buy. So PACT, if they win one, it's got to be 2 in a row, or we might just be wrapping this one up.
Exactly. I mean, look at that. Robin, Surreal, Flames, all on 6K plus. This is just an unstoppable buy. They might even go for like a meme auto sniper buy at some point if they keep winning. Because if you're close to 16K, why not? And then that's an easy B take you can do off the back of that. The take it long, slowed down by the Molotov Goofy. Ooh, but he was caught with a lot of grenades out, and he just couldn't reposition in time, couldn't get the weapon out in time. So it is technically a trade as Manice picks up Mighty Max on mid, and the long take happening. 2 smokes already down, so ball. Yeah, you gotta keep your eyes open. If you're gonna push through smoke, he just falls there on long, and the CT's not really in a good position to retake. They have an Opper who is low. They are at a man disadvantage. They don't have much utility. And now that Lunatic fell in CT, this is a no-brainer save, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Manice can deal damage at all times of the op, so just wanting to carry that over. Even getting that pick is brutal. Also, I swear they tried to patch this so you couldn't sit and be bomb site and watch the cross, even if you do just see toes. I swear they mentioned it at some point.
Huh. Could have been on the old dust.
Weird. All they have to do is bring like that lip down a little bit or raise it. I don't know. I don't think you should be able to sit and B and watch long cross. Kind of wild to me.
I mean, you can't kill anyone through that, so at least that's nice.
Fair enough.
But just getting that kind of information, you know, I guess it's super situational. I mean, unless you're saving, why would you be at B when someone could cross there without a smoke? Yeah, maybe it's just extra incentives to get the T's to smoke it properly. And speaking of smoking properly, Manice throws the beginning of the round. While Endpoint going for mid control, short control yet again. The CTs, they've taken long. They've learned from past mistakes, though. They know to not be too aggressive there on long, to keep your weapons out. But the mid take is sure to come very soon, and those two B players, they're going to have to put on a show for us if they're going to want to hold on to it. One CT player in Sobal almost gets caught out with nades. Doesn't, though. Now he's going to be under great pressure to at least either delay or tag someone down through that smoke or something. I mean, he's getting ready for a short push, and it might just happen. The grenades look like they're about to be lined up. Manice knows what's up and has to fall back fast, naturally. Still doesn't know. Sobal kills Flames. And the cross to B is happening eventually as well, but Sobal just shuts that one down with another kill onto double doors. And I have no idea what was happening this round. It looked like they were going mid to B, it looked like they were going A, and they just end up going nowhere at all. PACT picks them up wherever they go.
Absolutely on lockdown. Mighty Max. Any kill he finds here, though, is so valuable for the coming rounds. And I have a feeling he won't get anything he won't, so keep the double ops. Lunatic gets 2. Darko and Sobel will get involved themselves. But this is the little bit of security blanket that Endpoint have built, right? That's the one they've wrapped around themselves, is the back up the money. A buy here, and even some left over to buy next. So PACT have to win 2 straight before they break Endpoint's cash. That's a bummer. Actually, 3 straight, technically.
Yeah.
If you want to count last round, yeah.
There's still 2 on 6K. I mean, that's a lot of economy to shut down, especially if they save responsibly. And with the fast shorts here, I wonder if Manice will be able to hold this one down. He's shown to be good with an op, gets the first one, maybe shouldn't have if he was flashed properly, but goes down pretty soon to Crucial. And the A bomb site is surely in the control of Endpoint, but their afterplants are getting shut down. Mighty Max, that wasn't through the smoke apparently. Definitely wouldn't have been an easy shot to do all the way from A, though. A 2v3 retake. I mean, PACT, do they just go for broke at this point? Because if they don't retake now, Endpoint's economy is so out of control, they basically have a buy for every single round. And PACT really, yeah. Economy's not looking too hot, and they already lost the 3rd player. Saving with 3 is always good. Saving with 2, not as.
Oh, they are, I think, gonna buy, because their lost bonus should still be there. Yeah, it would have been nice for them to save that AK, but they can still go right into the double op if they want. This game's starting to slip by. I really need Manice to step up. He's been too quiet. A big part of their success on Inferno, which you weren't there for, but a big part of their success was Manice just running amok. Running everywhere, Sobel killing everyone, Goofy backing him up, and Manice getting the opening picks. It's not there right now. Endpoint allowed to build this cushion. Again, the money, the rounds, the T side just fitting their play style. And now a tag on the cross. I mean, pain.
Yeah, they're just taking it slow again. A little bit of a short presence there. Manice walking around and scoping, a little bit dangerous always, because you know that if you start making footstep noises, someone might seize the opportunity and peek on that, especially with the flash like that. Manice doesn't budge, though. Even on the second flash, he just does not budge. He will stand his ground. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a double out of this. The T's aren't giving it to him, though. And it's another one of those where you don't know where they're going to execute on short or to mid to be, but as they get a kill onto Manice from short, surely that is a sign that they should push Sobal, though, from CT. Finding heads, finds 2 actually, couldn't find a 3rd. And as the bomb keeps rotating on in there, The CT's after plants are not that bad, and the bomb's position is still here on short, so... Yeah, it looks like they're going to wise up eventually and say, you know what, we already have the site, let's not even think about the possibility of taking this one to B. As it does go down, and Crucial has the unfortunate task of having to hold down long from A plat. Elevator looking dangerous though, but it looks like they won't be going there. And Robin with a sick flank gets 1 kill, and now the CTs have that to think about. Another kill from Robin, and Darko trying to get some consolation kills at this point. Maybe take down 2 of them, hurt the economy some more. A fruitless defusal attempt there, and Endpoint have reached match point. Looks like we might be seeing a 3rd map in this best of 3.
Yeah, I think we are. I think this one's it. I think this one's done. PACT, as soon as they get on the CT side, have fallen flat. Nothing really going. I mean, they haven't had success really in any round except when Endpoint throw their bodies at them and just kind of look for the fights early and mid. But outside of that, Endpoint, they're just playing the pick game with Crucial. The rifles are beating even ops in head-up duels. And just PACT just looks so lost right now on the CT side. Nothing really going their way. Their rotates. They get long control, but then stick around too long. Minis could be in trouble if Mighty Max takes this peak very aggressively. And Minis has to fall. I mean, I just think Endpoint are poised and just destined to take this.
Absolutely. And they know that to take it slow at this point. But it's never just one player that disappoints. Who other than Manice has been disappointing so far?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Darko at times, Lunatic, but I think on Inferno they all played relatively well. It's just not your map pick. You played well on the T side, just couldn't transfer it to the CT at all. And I guess that is just typical Dust 2 being Dust 2.
Goofy disappoints as well with this long hold, and Manice can't refrag him efficiently. Sobal, the lone A hold, trying to go somewhere where he has some cover. Can't find any on short, and Mighty Max, well, might get flanked himself by Lunatic, but he does go down eventually, and the A site is actually theirs. Darko, the last man standing, the masked man alive. 42 HP in an empty magazine in a dream. It's being stuck down there in CT, a very unenviable position, and it looks like this one is definitely going the way of Endpoint, as eventually it does. 16-11. That's, I mean, I didn't see the first half, but that was a pretty disappointing second half from PACT.